All right. So now, how did the Gentiles, how are they sitting in Israel right now, claiming to be Israel? These are Gentiles, Edomites. Right? Well, other lawyer, let's get Luke real quick. Let's get it real quick. You know where I'm going. Right? Let's go to the book of Luke. Uh, 21. And this is what happened when our people were compassed with armies. Right? When our people were compassed with armies in 70 AD. Right? Why did our people, blacks, why did we go into slavery? Well, Christ prophesied our slavery. The Christian church, through their theologian miseducation, are taught not to see this. But if they believe in Christ, they would know that the children of slaves are in fact the lost tribes of Israel. Let's read the 20th verse.
St. Luke 21 and 20.
Read it.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Now, folks, this isn't just man's words. Some people try to downplay the Bible. Oh, the Bible is nothing. It was made by man. Folks, this is history right here. Christ was prophesying what was written in the book of Daniel. The desolation. That our people would be destined to fall. Why? For breaking the laws or the original contract we had with God. The commandments. So now Christ is highlighting this. So anyone try to claim, well, the Bible is just a book of men. This is history, folks. You can actually go Google 70 AD in the fall of Jerusalem. Okay? Now, you know why people try to dismiss it or claim that the Bible has no value. Because if you admit that the Bible is true, now you are accountable to what's in it. See? So the things you're doing against the morality of it, you're held accountable. That's why people try to downplay the Bible, because they know that they want to do something against the moral codes in it. That questions their sexuality or how they would like to go about life. They can go throughout life without conscience if they can just claim the Bible is just a man's book. Usually, they are against the book because the Bible is against something they're doing. Right? For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And let's see what happened to our people, Elder Lawyer. Let's go to the 24th verse.
24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
And shall be led away captive into all nations. So what people would be responsible for trafficking our people, if you will, into all nations? The same nation that took us down. Esau, the Romans. The Edomites would be what? They would be the authority over the slave trades and moving us around between them and the Arabs, Ishmael. Why? They have skin in the game. Isaac received the covenant under Abraham. Ishmael, the firstborn, felt slighted. That's your Arabs who's over Islam. Esau, the firstborn, he sold his birthright and he lost the blessing. So by default, these two families have become our nemesis since ancient times and have conspired against us since ancient times, and was waiting for our God to take the hedge up from over us so that they can pounce. So who's responsible for this? The Romans. Who are the modern day Europeans today? Edomites. And I'm not saying this because I have a personal axe to grind against anyone. Christ said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Our people walk in darkness, and by so we are trusting those who are destroying us. See? It's not my opinion. Hey, Jewish dictionary, Jewish encyclopedia, even Jewish people know. Edocs or Idumea or Edom. They're who? They're who? See? Look. The name Edom, according to the Jewish encyclopedia, the name Edom is used by the Talmudists for the Roman Empire. And they applied to Rome every passage of the Bible referring to Edom or Esau. That's your Jewish encyclopedia where they tell on themselves. Where they tell on themselves. Huh? Jewish encyclopedia here. So what people are over human trafficking? Edomites, the Romans, they've been human trafficking ever since they trafficked us, God's people. So when they go into history and talk about the Jews have been persecuted for generations, folks, they're not talking about themselves. They're talking about us. They're hiding under the atrocities they've perpetrated against us, trying to claim what happened to our people according to prophecy. The expulsion of Spain. I have the records, folks. There was not one white Jew expelled from Spain. Okay? They expelled black Jews and sold us to Arabs who became Moors. And then the ones that they expelled during the time of the Inquisition, they took us and stripped our clothes off by the commands of Rome because we refused to convert to paganism. They stripped our clothes off, put us on ships, and threw us off on the shores of New Guinea, Africa. I have the records. We are the Jews that were expelled from Spain for not bowing to the crown. All right. Let's read that last piece, 24.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
So Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. That means from the time of 70 AD when the Romans took down Jerusalem, Gentiles would be ruling that particular area until Christ's return. So when you see Netanyahu signing agreements there, it's a fulfillment of what Christ told us. The Gentiles parting lots, claiming to be God's people, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And that's why you see that six-pointed star behind you. That six-pointed star is the star of Moloch. Look at that. They're not even trying to hide it. The siege of Jerusalem, 70 AD, What do we have here? Britannica. They don't even hide it. 70 CE. On the walls of Rome, they have what? A triumphal parade in Rome of Jew religious articles, a 7-branch candlestick, a table for showbread, and sacred trumpets, removed after the sack of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Details of release from the Ark of Titus, Rome, 81 CE. So they're not even hiding, they're celebrating. There was a parade celebrating the destruction of God's temple, our people's temple in 70 AD. They had a parade in Rome and memorialized it. You can go into Rome right now and see them celebrating, destroying, and pillaging us and selling our people. And here they are marching in Rome, celebrating the death of our homeland, the death of our temple, the destruction of our temple. And all the gold that they stole out of the temple, folks, they still trade on the world market. The majority of the gold you see, it came from us, folks. We're the true Jews. We're the jewelry. Look at, they're banking on the ignorant. These people are Edomites, Temanites from Esau, Amalek of the sons of Esau. To give you a mindset of what we're dealing with here, right? Our people who believe in the Bible, we understand good and evil from its simplest form, the way we should understand it. Right? We look at good and measure good according to God's law. We look at evil as bad. Well, folks, these people, according to their religion, don't see it that way. You got the Yetzer Hatav and the Yetzer Hara, according to the Jewish understanding of good and evil. The nature of good and evil, a Jewish perspective. See, if we understood how they viewed good and or evil, we would be careful when trusting what comes from their authoritative media. So let me show you. I'm going to give you some examples. The nature of good and evil, a Jewish perspective. You have let's go to the first one, the Yetzer Hatav and the Yetzer Hara. Judaism recognizes two inclinations within humans. The Yetzer Hatav, a good inclination. Yetzer Hara is an evil inclination. These are not seen as external forces, but internal drives that humans must balance and control. So if you have the craft or have exercised yourself in the occult craft, you don't see good and evil as anything more than what? A means to control people. Right? And understanding this perspective, you'll know you can see the entertainment business, the rap music and all this, and start understanding how they view when our people act a fool in their business. Even if they give you the access to do so, folks, they're without fault according to their religion.